Young's, makers of the double chocolate stout, has a long and complicated history. However, its name is synonymous with British beer. The pub chain operates 220 establishments around the UK, with beer distribution expanding across the globe. Throughout all the changes and company takeovers, the double chocolate stout remains one of the top sellers. Does the stout have the ability to compete against others in the passionate community? Find out now on Two Dudes Reviews. Ram Brewery began crafting beer in 1550 in Wandsworth, UK. Charles Young and Anthony Bainbridge purchased the brewery in 1831, bringing in brand new recipes and changed the name to Young's. In 2006, Charles Wells purchased Young's and closed the Wandsworth Brewery, effectively shutting down the longest continually running brewery in the UK. The company now goes by the name Charles Wells, although for branding and name recognition purposes, the double chocolate stout is still referred to as Young's. Hey guys, yeah, we have Young's double chocolate stout, and as you can see, the label still says Young's, but if you look at the fine print on the side, it does say brewed by Charles Wells. So everyone knows it as Young's double chocolate and the famous purple and silver labeling, so you're not going to change a good thing and confuse everyone. But I am using it out of the can. This is the nitro infused can. It's something that they've been doing along with a lot of other stout manufacturers have been doing for a long time. For whatever reason, it's just becoming popular in the States with Sam Adams and other breweries deciding to finally do the nitro thing. But it's going to vary a little bit depending on if you take the can or the bottle, because I don't believe the bottle has the nitrogen infusion in it. So the can will be creamier, and it will have an effect on how overall how you taste it. So if you like your stouts creamier, go with the can. If you don't, go with the bottle. So for now, let's get into the review. And if you're new to the reviews, we break it down into 6 different categories. It is smell, taste, value for price, drinkability, distinction, and would I buy it again? So, without further ado, let's get into the smell. Hopefully. Alright. One of the great things with the stouts and the nitro is just watching it pour into the glass. It's almost an art form watching it swirl around. So we'll let that sit for a minute. I mean, like the Guinnesses, like your other stouts, you can pretty much watch it settle, and so you really need to wait for it to kind of settle before getting into it. But while we do that, we can at least take a whiff. So here's for the smell. When you first smell it, you get the barley that they use in the brewing process. You get a subtle hint of the chocolate, but not a lot in the initial smell. Of course, they do use actual real dark chocolate in the process. It's not an additive or a fake flavor like they might use in others. It is the real thing. There's an iced coffee flavor to it. And a slight cream. I'd have to compare that with the glass to see if that's more the nitrogen affecting it over the actual beer, but at least with the can you get a little cream in there too. So it is a nice smelling stout. So for that purpose alone, I will recommend the Young's Double Chocolate Stout for the smell. So now it looks like we have settled and are ready to dive into the taste. Now, if you let the beer sit in your mouth for a while, you get more of that malted barley flavor in your mouth. If you don't let it sit there and you just, swallow it real fast, you get more of just that kind of the bitter coffee flavor. So either way, it's fine. You have the subtle hints, the undertones of dark chocolate, unsweetened chocolate. You definitely get that mixed in with the coffee flavor. It is, I don't want to say crisp because it's weird to call, or it's odd to call a stout a crisp beer, but it is when you can really cut it when you swallow. There's no lingering flavor really that just kind of runs up and down your throat. The most of the flavor just kind of sticks in your mouth, and the nitrogen infusion with the cream really makes it easy to swallow. There's no like carbonation bubbles going on with it, so it is a very easy stout to drink. For anybody that's kind of in with the stouts and they don't like their darker, heavier beers, this is a good one to get. Probably anything with the nitrogen infused would be good to try out, just because it does make it a little lighter, a little creamier, probably a little easier to drink for somebody that's just getting into it. But it has a very nice flavor. The coffee with dark chocolate undertones and the little slight malted barley and creaminess in it is a nice flavor. It doesn't change a lot as you drink it. It's pretty much what you got and what you taste initially is what it's going to be throughout the rest of the time. But with that being said, I recommend the taste. It is an excellent tasting beer. So next is the value for price. And with the value for price, I got this in a 4-pack from the store. I'm trying to remember what I paid for it. I think it was $8 or $9 for the 4-pack. If you only get it one, it's probably going to be about $3 for the single. I couldn't tell you what the glass sells for. I think the place that I go to, they only have it in the cans. But I mean, $8 or $9 for a 4-pack, and these are the larger size. I can't find a actual. Okay, it's 14.9 ounces, so you get about 3 more ounces than your normal 12-ouncer. So you're pretty much getting 5 beers at once when you buy it, and that's not bad, especially for a stout. Most stouts out there are a little pricier than the average beer. So, and this is something that you could probably enjoy. At least I'm enjoying it. So for value for price, I do recommend it. Just for you're pretty much getting 4 really great beers at once for $8-9 if you buy the 4-pack. So I do recommend buying the 4-pack over the one, because you're going to save a good deal of money. You're pretty much getting a free beer for when you buy the 4-pack. Next, drinkability. Drinkability is, can I finish this and crack open a second one without a problem, or is this just a one-time thing and or do I even struggle with finishing the entire drink? This thing, the Young's Double Chocolate Stout, is very easy to drink. Regardless if it's a stout or not, it is easy to drink. It goes down smooth. It is enjoyable. It is something where I could finish this and totally go under it for another one. It's something where come St. Patrick's Day or come sometime in the wintertime, or I want a stout, but I want something different from your average Guinness, whatever, this is a great alternative. And especially, I mean, it's got that nice, almost iced coffee chocolate flavor to it. It is kind of the espresso of beers almost. So yes, I recommend it for drinkability because I could definitely have more than one of those. So next, distinction. I think pretty much the title sums it up. It is double chocolate. Now, there have been more chocolate stouts to pop up over the years. This one actually uses real chocolate in the brewing process. A lot of places will just use a liquid additive and put it in afterwards. That's kind of becoming a popular thing in the brewing process nowadays, where not just for stouts, but for wheat beers and really anything with fruit in it. A lot of places, they don't brew it with the fruit or whatever inside the beer. They add that flavor after. This one's not like that. They use real dark chocolate, and which helps it stand out. It always, when you're using quality of the product, it's going to taste better, and that really reflects in the product. So hopefully, now that Young's is Charles Wells, hopefully they don't start screwing with the recipe process, which sometimes happens, sometimes it doesn't. I feel like this is a well enough known beer that they will leave it alone, but only time will tell. But for now, the distinction is fantastic, and yes, I'm going to recommend it for that. Final category is, would I buy it again? And yes, I would. If I felt like getting a stout, I'd go with this one. I haven't had a lot of the brand new nitros that the other companies are coming out with. That's the thing. All of a sudden, for whatever reason. So I haven't tried those, so I can't compare those to this. But I feel like even with that being said, this is it's a quality beer. It's been around for a while. It uses great products. It's not terribly expensive if I buy a 4-pack. So I think, if I want a smooth stout with a refreshing flavor, and it doesn't hit me over the head with such a high alcohol content that I'm just tasting like it goes from a stout to more of a barley wine kind of thing. So I would pick this up again. So the 6 out of 6 for Young's Double Chocolate Stout gives it the Two Dudes Reviews stamp of approval. So I wholeheartedly recommend Young's Double Chocolate Stout. If you've never had it before, even if you don't like chocolate or coffee, I say at least pick it up and check it out. And if you're new to stouts, go with the can so you get the smoother nitro infused can. But if you like this review, or if you have your own review, please write it in the comments. I'd love to see it. I'd love to start up a discussion what other people think about the beer. Maybe you've had the can and the glass or the bottle, and you want to put in your 2 cents for which one you like better. Maybe you like the bottle better. That's cool. And so please subscribe to the YouTube channel. We have more reviews coming up all the time. You track once a week, there'll be a handful of new reviews. And you can follow us on Twitter at Two Dudes Podcast. We'll try to post updates on what's going on, just fun beer news, whatever. Check out our podcast. It's Two Dudes in a Six Pack. We don't just cover beer. We cover some other kinds of alcohol, and we also dive into different pop culture references, topics. It's all about making the best of a bad situation, whatever. So, and usually that always involves some kind of alcohol. So we include the alcohol into making the best of the worst. So please check us out. You can find us on iTunes, on Stitcher, any place else you find or get your podcast. We're there. So please check us out. And if you have any questions, if you have any beers you want us to review, if you have just want to shoot us an email for a podcast, or just to say hi, that's fine too. So you can email us at twodudesandasixpack@gmail.com. And so for me and Chris, until next time, cheers.